the exterior big waffle. So what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Throw Meter podcast. I'm your host, Sock from Detailing Made Simple, and today I have something special for you all. So here we are reviewing the big waffle towel from the House of Rags. Now this is their new drying waffle weave towel, and this is premium, high grade. I'm not gonna lie, this thing feels very nice, and the build is very nice. This is my first time using this waffle drying towel. Now, have I used plenty of waffle drying towels in my lifetime? Yes, I've used Optimums. I've used the Dry Me a River was a waffle towel, I think, from the Rag Company, and the DIY Detail one. I've used a bunch of these drying towels. Now, in terms of the quality, I really enjoy this so far. And the suede stitching, it is very nice. So I am going to break down, do you need a waffle drying towel and who is it really made for? The difference is with the waffle drying towel, it is 450 GSM, so you're not going to get that supreme ultra, I can hold 3 gallons of water with, a waffle drying towel. No. So there are pros and cons to this, and this is why I'm making this video as a dedicated video. So I will show you why and which applications would I use this waffle drying towel. So we will get started right now. So as you see here from last week's podcast was the Corvette on how it's holding up with the DIY Detail 5-year coating. It is still holding up supremely well. No issues, nothing whatsoever. It is losing some water beading on the side skirts. That is just fine. And what I am going to do today is I just fill this up with some Labo Cosméticas Hydro Save as a quick detail spray for this particular video. And especially because it does need to be boosted up, especially more on the bottom side. In terms of everything else, I would just use Tim's High Gloss Detailer if it's my vehicle, but in terms of really wear and tear, there isn't really any. I am just going to use this just as demonstration purposes. So why do I enjoy waffle weave drying towel is for this particular reason, and it is mainly to use it as a drying aid with ceramic products and with products with protection. And this is why I am doing this. It is because the fibers and the weaves are so tight and so knit and it's slow GSM that it is harder to clog. Yes, if you were to leave it, it will clog, but it is easier to unclog towels like this right away than it is for thicker, longer fibers, like say the greatest of all time towels or your micro twist towels as well. It is just much easier to unclog something like this, and it is much easier to dip inside your solution and it will soak up a lot more of that Renaissance or your microfiber wash that you're using. So this is why I am using HydroSafe. So first things first, I like to spray this on, and I would always pair up a waffle weave towel with another towel. Now the towel of choice for this case is Weapon of Mass Drying. I like to use the baby goats, but 2 of my baby goats are already on the wash inside the dirty bin, so I am not going to use those. And this is why I enjoy using the waffle towel. So with no pressure, the waffle drying towel is my squeegee towel, right? It's gonna suck up all that water as much as possible. Then I go in with my nice finishing plush towel to be my final buff off, and I am using the Weapon of Mass Drying, and that is it. Quick, easy, and simple. As you can see right there, it is looking very nice. Now, you can also use a regular detail spray of whichever one of your choice and pair it up, say, with a different drying towel. So if you prefer smaller towels, then let me just come up on this side. You could grab the Dryer Diva Rinseless, which is their small pack, their 3-pack, and just spray this on the panel with your regular detail spray as well. The Diva drying towel is a superb drying towel as well. And same thing, I'm using Tim's High Gloss Detail Spray. right here, and I am just going to wipe this in. And it is the same thing. Look how much water the Waffle drying towel holds. And I'm grabbing right here, and this is all still the same side. Then you grab your Diva rinseless or your final buff off towel. I like to use a plusher towel as my final buff off, and you are completely done. Like, if you like lightweight towels, small towels, things that will dry easier, because that is the biggest pro of a Waffle drying towel. It is how quick it is to dry. So you put this in the washing machine, put it on low setting right away after that cycle is done. You are ready to go. So now I'm flipping to another side, and you are going to continue. Now, I did not blow off any of this water whatsoever that is on the vehicle. This is all straight, still right after rinse off and everything. If you want to optimize, use a leaf blower. That is pretty much common sense, right? The less water you have on the surface, the less you're gonna need to wipe off. But when you're using this to spread the product and grab up most of that water, it makes drying so much easier and fun because everything is light. And if you use, say, a detail spray with no protection, like Tim's High Gloss Detail, or I think Wake Eater has like pretty much zero protection as well. Just a detail spray with zero protection. Once this is done, I got my Franco stick shift here, and I could just hang it up. Or if you're a mobile detailer and you finished drying the car and now you're about to do the interior, guess what? You could just hang this on the back of your van, one side, and then it'll be dry within like 20, 30 minutes if it's a sunny day, warm day outside, and ready to continue around. So now I'm flipping to another side, and we've done the front hood, the front half of the hood, side view mirror, half of this roof, and this whole side already. So come back around here, and I am going to do the entire roof. I just like to spray my detail spray all around, and that is it. So that is why I said, hey, use a the Waffle Weave drying towel. You could use it with a ceramic type of detail spray. That was just for demonstration purposes, and yeah, it's just that much better. Now, in terms of for the lower rocker panels, I am going to top it. It is rapid sheeting. It is sheeting super fast, but of course it is already breaking down, which is normal for stuff like that. And now I'm grabbing my second buff off and buffing off any slight excess water, and this whole half of the roof, the hood, everything, it is perfectly dry. So yeah, let me finish up on the rest of this vehicle, and I'm still going to finish up using this. And this is how saturated the Waffle Weave towel is, and I am going to dry the other half with this. And as I said, this will be my squeegee towel. This will be my squeegee towel. So those are pretty much the pros. It is lightweight. Use it as a squeegee towel. You can just walk around, easier to dry. If it gets clogged, easier to unclog with your microfiber detergent that you're using, whether it's Renaissance or whatever one of your choice. And I am liking this colorway, I'm not gonna lie. I am liking this colorway. Look, it's still sucking up water as I am drying. Now, is it leaving streaks? Absolutely, it's leaving some streaks, because it is getting to the point of hey, I sucked up all the water I can for 450 GSM. We're not talking about double. We're talking about more than This is a third of the 1800, right? A fourth, pretty much, of the 1800 goat towel. And we are using it as a squeegee to remove most of that water. 450 GSM. That is what we ended up getting, and it sucked up all of that water nice and easy for your second buff off, which is, again, the dryer rinseless. This is a 3-pack. Pair it up just like this, and you have multiple drying towels for it. Bam, nice. Did this whole half. Back up on this hood, right up over here, and same thing. We are going to spray it just like that. Spray the glass. Come right back up. As such, as you can see, it is leaving some streaks, but for 450 GSM. And then you follow up with your second plus drying towel, which can be this one, the dryer 3-pack of the Diva rinseless, or you could use a baby goat, which is much plusher and holds more water than the small Diva rinseless 3-pack. And as you can see, the Diva rinseless is still not even saturated. Look, it is wet, but it's not to the point where it's like, hey, I'm leaving streaks. This is your final buff off, and we are finished. So for the other intricate areas, I'm just gonna go, as I said, for the bottom side skirts, apply probably a fine lab or something on that. But we dried the entire vehicle with this quick and easy. So I'll see you all on the outro once I'm done with all of this and do my final verdict. All right, everyone. So hopefully you all enjoyed this Thor Meter podcast. Now, what are my final thoughts on the Thor Big Waffle towel? This is their drying towel. What are my final thoughts? And this is completely soaked. And as I said, I use this as my squeegee towel with the final buff off of the Diva rinseless 3-pack towel. Now, what are my final thoughts? And this is the second Diva rinseless drying, because I had to dry inside the door jams and everything else, because then this wasn't sucking up anymore. But in terms of it being a squeegee towel, the Big Waffle, what are my final thoughts and what are the pros and cons? One, the pro, for 450 GSM, this holds a lot of water. You saw me use it on 90% of on the vehicle on video. You saw me use it, and I did use the rest of this off screen, except for the door jams where the other Diva rinseless was getting saturated. So I used this as my final buff off, and it did an extremely well job. Now, what are the pros of the Waffle drying towel? Now, one, if you don't like heavy towels like the Goat or maybe the Diva dry towel, which that is a pretty light towel, my personal opinion, this is great if you like super light towels that you are wanting to use right away. If you're a mobile detailer or you're out here in the summer and just literally leave it hanging right away. Bam, if you're using zero protection, leave it hanging right away. It'll dry within a couple hours and you're ready to use it again on another vehicle or your second vehicle that you're really wanting to use. Because the problem with the greatest of all time towels and thicker GSM towels, sometimes you won't be able to do multiple vehicles, say in one day, with that same towel because they take forever to dry. So those are the pros and cons, right? Yes, the Goat holds more water, but this at the same time is, hey, I wash my car today, tomorrow I'm gonna wash my wife's car, or in a couple hours I wash my wife's car. You just leave this hanging because you're using a quick detail spray. Say you're using one with zero protection. Let it hang, bam, you're ready to dry another car within 30-40 minutes. That is the beauty of this Big Waffle drying towel. I do like the colorway, and also it is great, as I said, for squeegee as an application and using it as a drying aid, then follow up with your second towel. So this is where I find the pros. The cons is you're not gonna wash or dry an entire mid-size SUV with this. You're definitely going to either need 2 or definitely pair it up with the Baby Goat, which I really enjoyed, which is a 2-pack more than I do the Diva Rinseless 3-pack, because the Baby Goat holds more water than this. But the difference is with the Diva Rinseless, you get 3 in a pack. With the Baby Goat, you get 2. So at the end, it's apples to apples. It's just what do you prefer, and this is a great way to, as I said, demonstrate on how I would use it on my detailing business and the pros and cons. So that is what I have. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you want to purchase anything just to support me, use code DMS at checkout at thehouseofrags.com. If not, it's all good. Doesn't really matter. So I will see you all on the next one. Peace.